I'd like to call to order the Finance Committee of November 14th, 2023. And first item on the agenda is the approval of minutes, draft minutes of the October 24th, 2023 Finance Committee meeting. Do I have a motion to move?
I move approval.
All right, we have a motion for approval made by Alder Wheeler. Discussion, corrections? Hearing none, I'll place the motion before us to a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Ayes have it, motion carries. Next item, number 3, public appearances, non-agenda items. I don't believe we have anyone registered or online. All right, thank you, Scott. Moving on to the next item, item 4, the Finance Director report. I will turn this over to our Finance Director, Misty Dodge. You have the floor.
Thank you. So obviously the big news is tonight is budget adoption. So we will go through all of the amendments tonight and at the end of the night have a budget that meets levy limits and also set our property tax levy, because the next stage then of course is property tax bills. I have some property tax statistics for you if you're interested. So MATC property tax levy is going up about 14%, which equates to a 6% increase in the rate. So if your home's value stayed the same in this maintenance year, the MATC portion of your tax bill will go up 6%. For the 3 school districts, Verona School District, levy increased 15%, rate increased about 13%. Oregon, levy increase of 39%, rate increase of 19%. And Madison, levy increase of 19%, rate increase of 6%. So the 2 big school districts that had the jump would be Oregon and Verona, both of which I believe passed a referendum, so it shouldn't be too surprising to the property taxpayers when they get that bill. And then our assessed value did get final certification, and so that came in at $4.96 billion. So next year we will definitely be over that $5 billion mark, I suspect, but we are moving right along, getting those numbers in. That is it.
Very good. Any questions for Misty? All right, hearing none, we will move on to item 5 of the agenda, review of bills. First item is 5A, detailed review of checks for $10,000 and above for the period of October 16th through the 31st, 2023, totaling $664,279.57. Questions from the committee? Seeing none, moving on to 5B, detailed review of all checks issued, checks 12584 through 125920 for the period of October 16th to the 31st, 2023, totaling $767,292.05. Discussion from the committee. Hearing none, moving on to 5C, detailed review of ACH payments for $10,000 and above for the period of October 1st through the 31st, 2023, totaling $568,252.49. Discussion. Hearing none, moving on to 5D, detailed review of all ACH payments for the period of October 1st through the 31st, 2023, totaling $576,763.11. Discussion. All right, hearing none. We will move on to the next action item under item 6. Do I have a motion to move resolution R-194-23, change order phase 2, meeting rooms AV updates?
I move approval.
All right, we have a motion for approval made by Alder Gerhardt.
Jeremy is here to speak on this.
Yes, he is. Jeremy, you have the floor, Jeremy.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Perfect. Just want to make sure. Yep, this is the payment for phase 2 of the meeting room AV projects for the work that has been completed. I made a mistake on this project in 2 different ways. Normally we would go through the approval process for a change order. So this was a change order for phase 2. And I did not follow the procedure right for making this change order. After we decided to go with the change order, I needed to resubmit paperwork for the change order, which I did not do I also got a signature, unique signatures for contracts. That's done through our OnBase system, and I did not make the change for this contract and had the mayor sign the contract. To move the process along, there was no money put down for a down payment or anything like that. That was already in play. But overall, the confusion for this is on me, and I just wanted to apologize to the finance director, which I have met with, to work on making sure that I don't make this mistake again, and she will not let me make this mistake again. I can guarantee you that. But more importantly, just making sure that I have the proper training and move forward with processing the documents correct. So project's already completed. We're just making our payment here on the final piece.
All right, very good, Jeremy. I will turn it over to the committee for discussion or questions. All right. Hearing none, I'll place the motion before us to a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. Motion carries. Thank you, Jeremy. Moving on to item 6B. Do I have a motion to move Resolution R-199-23, approving contract with Helm Service for the library chiller replacement?
I move approval.
All right. Motion for approval made by Alder Wheeler, and I see Tim Booker online, so I will turn this over to you, Tim.
Thank you. The library's heating and cooling system has experienced critical failures within the past 2 years, resulting in significant repair costs and loss of reliability and service comfort. A design contract was approved with Strand Associates in February 2022 to design the heating and cooling system and prepare bidding documents for the equipment and installation services. On October 25th, 2022, one qualified bid was received by Masters Building Solutions for the heating and cooling equipment. And then on August 30th, 2023, we received 3 qualified bids, with Helm Service was determined to be the low bidder, most qualified contractor to perform the work. This resolution is looking for approval to award the installation contract to Helm Service in the amount of $318,200. And kind of the reason why we bid it out separately, the equipment and the installation, is there was a long lead time for the equipment. So the actual chiller and heater had a lead time of, it's going to be close to a year. So we wanted to get that process moving forward. Therefore, we split up the bid to have a separate bid for the equipment and another one for the installation.
Okay, very good, Tim. Thank you. Questions, discussion from the committee? Alder Wheeler.
Tim, when will this be installed? I didn't see it in the package.
Right now, the equipment is looking to be shipped the beginning of March 2024. So we'd look to install it probably by the end of March, early April.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? All right. All right, hearing none, I'll place the motion before us to a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. Motion carries. Thank you, Tim. Moving on to the next action item, 6C. Do I have a motion to move Resolution R-203-23, approval to purchase replacement firefighting turnout gear?
I move approval.
All right. We have a motion for approval made by Alder Gerhart. And I see Chief Pulvermacher online. Chief, you're going to speak to this item?
Yeah, so this is our typical normal replacement. We did have some carryover funds from last year because we were dealing with a new spec. However, this is our typical replacements. Our turnout gear typically lasts about 10 years, is its normal end of life. And so we will be transitioning our old gear into backup status while the new gear becomes our front line. So this is our normal end of year purchase for turnout gear.
I feel like we've been through this before, though. Do you do this in phases, or am I just thinking of previous years?
Yeah, if we did the entire department all at once, this would cost us about $200,000 to do. So we do it in phases where we split up the overall inventory and replace them gradually.
Okay. And how often do you, well, I know every 10 years, but you split it up. What is that distance in between, just out of curiosity?
Every year we purchase gear to keep the expense consistent.
So it's every year there is one. Okay. I don't know. I'm just thinking more recent than that. But all right. Any other questions? All right. Hearing none, I'll place the motion before us to a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Thank you, Chief. Next
you.
action item, 6B or D. Do I have a motion to move Resolution R-211-23, addendum to the 2023 Dane County contract, and this is a direct referral.
I move approval.
All right, we have a motion for approval made by Alder Wheeler.
I'm going to handle this one.
Misty, all right.
Yeah, so the original 2023 contract with Dane County had a mistake in it. The resolution allows us to administratively approve increases in the money that we're going to receive, but not decreases. So that's why this is coming to you. In 2022, they piloted a program called My Meal, My Way through Hy-Vee that we got reimbursed from the county, and then we paid that on to Hy-Vee. Elected not to continue that program in 2023, but the contract amount wasn't adjusted to take that out. And since it was just a lump sum, it wasn't clear that that was included, but we learned that now. So this is to change the 2023 contract. We owe them back like $12,000. For 2024, which is kind of that next question, we have the same negative adjustment that we need to take, but there's going to be, I think it's a 7% cost of living adjustment that they're getting on the contract. So the net is about the same as what we thought it was going to be. So this is for 2023 only that comes to you guys.
Okay, very good. Questions? All right, hearing none, I'll place the motion before us to a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it, motion carries. Moving on to the next action item, which is 6E. Do I have a motion to move Resolution R-213-23, amending the 2023 general fund budget, police vehicle maintenance, and this is a direct referral.
I move approval.
All right. Alder Gerhart has a motion for approval, and Chief Morales is here this evening. Floor is yours, Chief.
Yes, good evening. Basically, in our vehicle maintenance, we're going over budget on there, but we do have an overage in our gas estimates for this year. Seeing that last year was a high year, we projected high this year. So we do have somewhere to pull from, and we're basically moving some of the funds from our gas over to vehicle maintenance.
Very good, very good. I just lost my screen. Any questions from the committee? Yes, Alder Gerhart.
So I assume we're still waiting on some of those vehicles that we've ordered? Is that the case?
Well, yes, that's correct. More so, we ended up, this is last year, was the last year that we were doing the rentals. Or is it, yeah, we're doing rentals, leases, I'm sorry. And we went from leases to purchases. And now going to the wait for the new vehicles, which some of them are in, but now we have to get them outfitted. So we're still standing by and getting those outfitted. We'll have a better idea next year at what our real maintenance is going to be. We're going to study and see what our maintenance is now that we own our vehicles and we're responsible for maintaining them versus the lease. We'll have a better idea of what the cost is. This was a trial year, so we didn't know that, and that's why we went over.
Great, thanks.
All right. Any additional questions? All right. Hearing none, I'll place the motion before us to a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
And for our last action item, which is 6F, do I have a motion to move Resolution R-216-23, amending the 2023 general fund budget, fire vehicle maintenance, and this is a direct referral.
I move approval.
All right. Alder Wheeler has motion for approval, and Chief Pulvermacher, you will speak to this resolution as well?
Absolutely. So unfortunately, a direct referral as a result of some last minute maintenance that is needed. We had our engine actually go down. It required a significant repair to the tune of about $5,000, which put us over in our maintenance budget. We were able to pull from other areas within the budget in order to identify where we're going to be pulling that money from. We're pulling it out of communications. It'll require us to make some purchases next year that we intended to purchase this year. But that's one of the spending strategies that we have. Try to put off some of our spending in the case that we have an emergency purchase, and it happened with maintenance. So that's what this request is, to be able to amend our budget, pulling money out of the communications account and putting it into vehicle maintenance.
Okay, very good, Chief. Thank you. I'll turn it over to the committee for questions. Any questions, discussion? All right, hearing none, I'll place the motion before us to a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it, motion carries. That concludes the...
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Concludes the item 6, action items. Now on to item 7, announcements. The next Finance Committee meeting is scheduled for November 28th, 2023. And finally, adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right. We have a motion for adjournment. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Motion carries. We are adjourned at 6:47 p.m. Thank you.